Tarot 888. This message is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising anywhere in your chart. Now, Taurus, for some of you guys, I was picking up on this energy. It's almost like you could be looking back, or you could be right now having money issues or something, and it's something that you are wanting to be, optimistic. I can't say the damn word, but you're looking forward. Look, too busy, you delay. You could feel like, man, when is it going to be my time to shine? Feeling exhausted. But look, you could be dealing with somebody that was two-faced, and you could be holding back this anger, this practice I'm hearing, because I heard like forgiveness, holding back forgiveness. It's almost like, man, where does it lead me? And Taurus, you could have been a person that you handled up on your things, and you could be looking at it like, look, what am I getting from this harmony? And this could be something you got to put your trust in God. Like I said, you could be an energy, man or female. It's like, man, if somebody did me wrong, or if you wouldn't have been, forgiving, because people could have been like, oh, well, let me see what I could take from Taurus. For a lot of you guys, this harmony, this new change, because for a lot of you guys, it's almost like you got tired. You got tired, or you're tired right now, and you might be losing your faith. But it's almost like you're learning to let the BS go. And you are the bull crap. Look, recharge, breathe, let go. The universe is telling you. Now, for some of you guys, when you started to pull back, you were listening to the universe. Whatever change you were trying to make. Because I feel like there's a change. And you feel like, man, when is it going to be my time? Look, burning bridges. A lack of trust, disloyal, turned back on. For some of you guys, with this two-face, you could be cheating yourself. Like you want to be still in this energy of the past, the old self. And you feel like your time's not going to come. It's like, when? Because divine timing. A lot of people, that's part of your test. Can you be patient? Can you handle working in silence? Because for a lot of you guys, you might be used to being out in the public, being seen. And all of a sudden, you're having to be back. And I don't know, for some of you guys, look, healing masculine energy. For a lot of you guys, there was a person that could have did you dirty. And it was almost when they seen you at your weakest, maybe you were trying to heal. You're masculine. If you're a feminine, you were just rowdy. Other bitches wouldn't mess with you. And then you started to flow into your feminine energy. And you're not used to it. You could have came from a family where you were on your where you're fighter, where you're just fighting your chemical imbalance, where you had to be having your protection, your guard, and you had to heal. It's almost like daddy issues you had to heal. Your childhood, and you're learning, and you're maybe the person that you were dealing with, it could have been a masculine that burned you, that was two-faced with you. They didn't really like this new change. Now, Taurus, you could be fine as hell, you clapping cheeks and everything, and then all of a sudden you're changing. You could be leaving the hood, and this person doesn't want to elevate. Maybe you want to advance. You're stepping into this new you, like reinventing yourself is what I'm picking up on. A lot of you guys, you were dealing with somebody that just was going back and forth. It wasn't bringing you growth. For a lot of you guys, if he could have been a male stripper, I'm saying, with a body like that, he could have been, or you could be. This is a woman, you could be stripping, and it's like you're making changes, and people could have burnt bridges with you, or you burnt bridges on purpose. You're like, fuck that, I want something different. People could be sipping tea on you, or trying to pull up dirt from your past. Rumors, gossip, being nosy because you cut them off. You wanted freedom. For a lot of you guys, you had a hard time standing up for yourself. It caused you to escape. People think you're still on vacation, fucker, man or woman. But a lot of you guys, look, slow down and smell the roses, and look, with the family. Okay, look, love affair, maybe something came out. But you know what? I'm picking up, Taurus, for some of you guys, this love affair made you happy. Because look, with the family, you felt trapped. And then with the love affair, you were happy. So some of you guys feel like you burned the bridge, with the particular person. And this two-face is somebody you cut out, and they were going to run away from you. Now, if you know this person, they don't want to be seen. Like if you know this person that was sneaking around with your person, this was a two-faced fucker. This is somebody that intentionally wanted to burn bridges. They were, I feel like, jealousy. They could have a van. They always made excuses. It's the person that didn't take responsibility. Now, the inner circle and it says right here, blood ties. For some of you guys, it could have been somebody close to you, a cousin, or, hell, an aunt could have got with your man. If you're a woman, switch it around. And this is something that says unforgiveness. How could you forgive somebody that put you, it's almost like they trapped you for them to go towards their lover. So I don't know whose story that is, but if this was a sibling, you're going to find out. Look behind the kids. Oh yeah, we're going to take the kids out. Maybe you're at work or something. Now, whoever did you, the two-face person, this one that has secrets that didn't want you to find out, it's almost like it's happening to them, or it happened to them, or it will. But what they're jealous about, look, for a lot of you guys, if they hurt you in a way where, you could have lost, the way you made money or something is something that has you kind of, furious. And people, you could see, like, let's say that you got in a separation and you had to move, and this person burned a bridge with you. It's almost like dead relationships. They close the door on you. And with it being green right there, it's almost like the universe telling you, no, we gave you the green light, get the fuck out of there. And that person that could have, trapped you, could have burned their bridges. If this person betrayed you, they're laughing right now. But I'm hearing they're not going to laugh. They're not going to be laughing that much. Because for some of you guys, Taurus, I'm picking up on somebody that it's almost like they don't understand why you weren't fighting back. Maybe they're going to have one of these epiphanies, like, oh shit. Because you could have been telling them, I want to change. I have something different. I want to reinvent myself. You could have been in this energy before. And I'm telling you, you could have been in this energy, And let me tell you something. A lot of us could, psychopath. You can look at it however you want. But you could have been a ruthless person, nice and everything, but you were out to get your money. You could have been fighting legal situations and suffering in silence. And if your person, man or woman, because I see a woman, you could have been on this. You could have been on. It's like Bonnie and Clyde kind of stuff. And for a lot of you ladies, you didn't want to be doing this. You wanted something different. Maybe this person could have got you caught up in legal situation, where, you took the rap and you're like, and here you are doing time, and this person's over here having fun with a friend of yours or something. I don't know, I'm picking it up. Because look, suffering in silence, you could have been locked up, or you could have been, home arrest, whatever it is. You can't leave your house, and here you are suffering this, having all these legal problems, and it could be driving you crazy, like driving you to another extent. But for a lot of you guys, you're finding out this person, instead of helping you out, they almost threw you under the bus. Yeah, and they didn't even apologize. Maybe you're expecting an apologize, and they're telling you, no, you're gonna have one of these right here, aha moments. You'll be like, you know what? Every time, this person came around, whether it was your friend, a customer, or whatever, you're gonna remember. You're gonna be the aha, because for a lot of you guys, you had put boundaries. O sea, you made deals like, hey, sticking to the plan. Somebody didn't stick to the plan is what I'm hearing. And somebody crossed this line, and you had enough. Like, this is you defending yourself. This person didn't do that is what I'm picking up. And that's why I was picking up, like, you had enough. Leaving the bullshit where it belongs. For a lot of you guys, they can't see you face to face. Like this card that fell out, I said, I bet they can't say that in your face. And look what else fell out. It says, plays the victim. They provoke a reaction out of you, and then they play the victim. That's a reactive abuse. Give them their fucking award. Now, for some of you guys, yeah, like, they could have won. Let's say you could have been dealing with legal situations, and maybe they felt like they had one up on you where you were going to stay in jail. It says your toxic siblings want to be you so bad, and they could have been even dealing with one of your siblings if you were married. narcissistic trick you into trusting you. So you could have put a lot of trust in them. Let's say you were dealing with something, that nobody needed to know. With this legal situation, something at work or something that happened, and you have a friend that could have snitched you out. It says your mother is jealous of you. So some of you guys, you could have been your own mom. You could have been hustling. Ladies, you could have been hustling. Put it in the comments. But there's bitter ass baby mama, baby daddy. If you were a lady, you were making more money. This person was pissed. Yes, they were pissed. Maybe you sold more than no. Anyways, for a lot of you guys, you were making a change. Either way, there's somebody, if this is a friendship, there's somebody that's paranoid. If this is a situation where they cross the line, this is somebody you could have been doing business with. They could have, told you were going to have some kind of commitment is what I'm hearing. This person could be antisocial, or for a lot of you guys, you met this person, they never would go out. And ever since they met you, it's almost like, fuck, look, they were partying. This could be like your partner right here. You could have had a baby with this person only to be suffering in silence. Like, this person could have been a psychopath. Now, for some of you guys, they're hoping. They're like this, hoping that you don't find out. Paranoid for some of you guys. Look, insecure, guarded. Why? I mean, if you don't have nothing to hide, unless this person was spreading rumors or something, look what they're finding out. This person could have went around, oh, they're a bad mother, this and that, or a bad father. And in reality, they could be looking at you. They could be, when they do those follow-ups or complaints or anything or investigation, and look what they're finding. A lot of you guys uplift youth. Maybe you deal with mentoring younger people. Kids are attracted to you. A lot of you guys give back without in other words, you don't expect nothing back. You give good advice. For some of you guys, you could uplift, but somebody feels trapped. And it could be a lover situation. Put it where it relates to you. Look at this: lust, greed, by any means necessary, inconsistent. This person, it says toxic nightlife. So for a lot of you guys, this person caused a lot of drama. Striptease, like I said, for some of you guys, you could have been in, stripper in the past, and maybe to get you through school, or maybe you didn't expect to do that, and all of a sudden, you made a lot of money, but it was too toxic. It was fun while it lasted, is what I'm hearing for the ones, or for some of you guys, you were accused of that, and or you had a parent that was like that, and for some of you guys, not all of you guys, growing up, you felt this toxic environment. A lot of you guys didn't feel safe, not even with your mother. It was, too much. No harmony, too much nightlife. It was toxic. You guys had to be fighting. They wouldn't even stick up for you. For a lot of you guys, you could have been dealing with, where they hurt you. And your whoever dealt with that, it's almost like they're gonna get their consequences. It's almost like it was fun while it lasted. And I'm not laughing, but it's almost like in whatever situation you guys are dealing with, you could have warned this particular, whether it was a parent, lover, a sibling, or just a long-term relationship. For some of you guys, it was a short-term relationship, and you're wondering how was it this fast, and it could have been trauma bond. Maybe you didn't know about this, two-faced attitude. They could have been nurturing, all this and that, but they were speaking to your inner child, and you weren't paying attention. This person could have been watching you. Somebody could have warned you about this person, look, with the lawyers and everything, but this person's going to face the music, whatever they did. And a lot of you guys, you could be in this energy where growing up, you were dealing with so much of this energy, with siblings, jealousy. It's almost like crabs in the bucket. They didn't want you to move any further, you wanted harmony. So a lot of you guys, you could be reinventing yourself. I keep hearing that. And look, some of you guys, as soon as you turn to God, with your family, maybe you needed help. You wanted to find out something that was, maybe they were hiding something, deception, but look, their attitude with the bitterness, look, for a lot of you guys, they're salty as fuck. Look, all they caused you was exhaustion. Maybe they manipulated you. They could have been with somebody else. Your person could have took off with somebody else. It could have been pregnant. And then when they found out it wasn't their child, now they want to come back and apologize. And for a lot of you guys, you're nowhere to be found. You're like, not today, Satan. Take care. If it could be the other way around. Like you could be effeminate, looking all good and everything, and you're like, nope, no more. And it shows. Like once you leave this person, you look totally different. This person could be spying on you, like, you know, from a distance. They don't want you might not even be paying attention. But what's coming to you, Taurus, because a lot of you guys, you're optimistic. But like I said in the beginning, you could be like, man, I don't know if I could wait. You know, you could feel people laughing at you like you're not going nowhere. But a lot of you guys, you're being asked to work in silence. You know, don't be sitting there worried, because a lot of you guys, you can be throwing out that vibration. Now, for some of you guys, you have this person, this ex, this over here, you know, trying to gossip, trying to suppress you or oppress you where you don't move forward. And it's like, if you don't want to be with this person, you don't want to be with this person. This person could have made you feel trapped, like this man or female. And it's almost like, you know, I'm getting this energy of man or woman. Like you don't want to be with this person. Maybe you don't even want the marriage no more. This person didn't want to compromise. They didn't want to do anything, I'm hearing. And if you're changing, you're trying to heal, you're, you know, like I said, you're reinventing yourself. You could have said, you know what, time's up. You could have even gave him his watch back. Look, bitch, because you don't want any attachments. Some of you guys are dealing with somebody that would gift you something with strings attached, you know. And some of you guys here, you could have asked God, you know, give me a second chance to better myself. This love affair, it was something that you could have been paranoid, you know, and you might have had to do with legal. It could have cost you a divorce. You could have been with this tension, but you know, you got to pay the price. Karma's a bitch, but you know what? All of us, we got to take accountability. So a lot of you guys, if people might not see this new you, it's as a new opportunity to reinvent yourself. They think you're going to be in the same situation, but a lot of people, you know, they could be looking at you like you're running away from your problems, but it's not that. You're smelling the roses. You're understanding that thrills, you know, that could only be just thrills. What your people don't see or is the possibilities that they're out there. But see, somebody's trying to hold you back. For some of you guys. Now, for some of you guys, you're trying to pull somebody with you that is not supposed to go. No. When you let go, look what you're going to run into. A soulmate, a twin flame, it says right here. Some of you guys are like, fuck the twin flame, sus pinches nalgas. You don't care about that. You just want somebody like a romantic partner. And yeah, you're going to be in this energy before you meet them. You know, you're going to have to block all this negativity. It's almost like before you get this person that God has for you, because Archangel Michael is all on the scene, you're protected. So a lot of you guys, when you start to heal and you let go of the past, this is you controlling your emotions. You're not running away from them. If you see this girl, she's running towards it, and you're learning how to balance them. And you're blocking what? You're blocking the past. And that's why this person's laughing like, yeah, you're going to be back. And Taurus is not coming back. That's what I'm hearing. See, you're blocking what? Somebody that, this could be man or woman, someone that's stepping over others to get where they're at. This person could have financially abused you. They thinking, you know, but they're false. They're phony, egoistic. But in reality, this person is walking on eggshells. They're about to fall. These people are pissed. Whoever they work with, they're pissed. They want to be don chingon, don chingona. Getting tacos, well, I want, you know, maybe they're inspired. They're hopeful that hopefully you would accept their apologies. But Taurus, for a lot of you guys, if this person tried to destiny swap, you said, vámonos a la chingada, and you might have gave it to them, not realizing that they have to put in the work. It might be easy in the moment, but little by little, when you start to pull your energy back and you start a new destination, like a new destiny that God has for you, that one starts to fizzle out because you start to pull your energy back. So a lot of you guys, look at this. You're in this energy of a glow up, new opportunities, but you have to get out of your head. Like some of you guys could have been homeless. You could have been in this energy like, how the hell am I going to make it? It could have been chaos. And this person was just watching you at a distance, waiting for you to come back. Look, Taurus will come back. You know, and Taurus, you could have been in this energy, stagnant, chilling, wherever you were at, dead end, frozen, and you're right here dreaming, thinking, what was wrong with this person? The red flags you didn't recognize because it could have been manipulation, some kind of magic, or, you know. But this person, if this was your person, even if it was a parent, this was envy, competitive. For my fellas, your pops could have been competing against you, and you're like, well, you're supposed to, you know, help me succeed. But no, they were jealous. Because look, you're more secure. The wealth, they didn't want you to be bigger than them. Even for my ladies, your mama could have been pissed. They could have been envious. Oh, why do you get to meet a wealthy man? Or why do you get to have success? Why don't you have to depend on a man? Your mom could be in this energy, or your mom could be busting ass more, than your father. He has a Cadillac job. He loves what he does, is what I'm picking up. And she's furious. She don't like where she works, or if she's single, she doesn't have success in love because she could have done your pops wrong or something, or it could go the other way around. But there's envy here. If this is from a partner that you were married, gracias a Dios, this person, look, they could have made you feel rejected, puzzled. This person could have been karmic. They're probably dealing with karmics right now. What does that mean? That means they're dealing with bullshit, third parties. For the Taurus that I'm reading for right now, it's like you learned your lesson when it comes to intimacy. It's like, you know what? I'm going to just keep it down. You could have made a mistake. We all make mistakes. You could have been toxic as hell. We've all been toxic. Some of us are still toxic, but you recharge, fucker. Look, and you look at chaos different. Some of you guys don't run. You run towards it, actually. Okay, let me fix this situation, but you do it in a different way. Inspiring others, like, yeah, I can handle this differently. No, because you could have handled it the other way around, like, hey, bitch, you owe me money. Give me your watch. Is what I'm picking up at, or woman. But you look at things differently. And some of you guys, if you were in the past like that, you have to pay karma. You're wondering why. You're like, oh, yeah, I forgot I took this person's shit. But they owed you. You're looking at God. Yeah, but you could have done it different. Man or woman, because I have some gangster bitches in here. Look, divorced and ghosted. Some of you guys, look, with the love affair, and they could have been hiding it from you. And you were like, and they were paranoid. Taurus, you have a person here. You could have told them, hey, man, go ahead and go that way. But no, they backstab you some way or another. And it could have been a love affair that intuitively you already knew something was up. And they were paranoid. That's why they could have set you up where you were in you got into legal problems. But for a lot of you Taurus, you're trusting in God, the universe. You ain't tripping with this two-faced. God is going to handle it. That's what I'm hearing. What else do we have? Let's get one of these. Article, Cashapp records for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. A lot of you guys, you're moving in a different direction in your career and you're achieving something. And it might be slow for the moment, but you're not going to back down. It's almost like God is giving you different ideas to run with. And I don't know, you're more focused on your purpose is what I'm hearing. So keep moving forward. You have healing. So you could be doing a lot of healing. It says right here, your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many, many, many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and an open heart. The other one is this one is reflection. So for a lot of you guys, you could be breaking some generational curses, baby. Put it in the comments. Reflection, it says you're being asked to reflect on your recent choices. What lessons have they taught you? Reflection is the mirror to your soul, to your soul's growth. Use it to deepen your understanding and intuition. What did I say, guys? So that's what you're doing. For a lot of you guys, they could be laughing at you, and for a lot of you guys, you're just keeping your head down. Maybe you're not on scene, and you just can be moving forward. Your siblings could be laughing at you. I don't know, but for a lot of you guys, like they said, they burnt the bridge. And they're going to be jealous of this globe. For some of you guys, God has something special for you guys. Here's your information for money. It says success is in the unseen work, and the real reward is the satisfaction it brings. One more. And I'm sweating. Some of you guys are going to have people sweating like that's Taurus. And it could be sun, moon, rising anywhere. It says, I am rich in every area of my life, including my finances. So these are going to be for July, your affirmations. My wealth increased effortlessly as I follow my passions. So some of you guys, like I said, whether you or your person, whatever situation, they could have been winning next a little bit or more money, but they weren't happy. And here they see you, or they will see you, having passion, effortlessly, making money. I'm hearing different streams, or it could be the other way around, because not all you fucking Tauruses are 100% legit. But look, somebody's going to want to come back to you. Come on, will you give me, I learned my lessons. No, this fucking shit is closed. I'm amigo, look, too much conflict that they cause in the back. And all you did is sit back and watch. You could be dealing with a Sag, Aries, or a Leo. No, you're too busy, and they're watching you move forward. You've healed, and look, the Hierophant. Here you are, or Papa Dios. And now you can have 2 crits. For some of you guys, look, after this tower, they caused you a tower. Tower was caused by the Almighty. And look, somebody now feels left out, and they don't know which house you're at. Which it could be one on this hill, one on the other hill. Maybe there's a tunnel underneath. Who knows? And look, they can't come towards you. You might have Aries or Aquarius in your chart, but they know, like, bitch. For a lot of you guys, the universe burned a bridge. If they burned the bridge, like if you got divorced. For my ladies, it's like this person can't come back. For my fellas, God had told you take your freaking last name, and they're gonna understand why. I heard. So if you meet somebody, fellas, with their kids' last name is different, they have their maiden name, I would run. There's no. So my ladies, yeah, y'all need to research that. All right, one last thing. Look, this came out legal, and they're gonna be. You don't betray. For some of you guys, this person betrayed you even though you were doing right. For a lot of you guys, people are going to find out the real truth and how shady this situation was. If it involved a friend or something, only God knows. That's what I got for you. Infinite Tarot 888. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and comment.